Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well and hope you got some hot coffee. Let's take a look, see who we got hanging out with us this morning. Got Mr. LB Sharp. Looks like he was first in the house today. Good morning, LB. Mr. Rubottom's here. How you doing, Wilson? Good to see you. Larry Galt. Morning, folks. Sleepy Joe and his supporters can kiss my... Somebody woke up a little grumpy this morning, looks like. Dave B's in the house. Good morning. Ronald Cool, how you doing this morning? I did remember to hit my buttons this morning, so they're working. I'm surprised they still worked. I had to reconnect everything because it had been so long. But anyway, looks like that's working all right. Mr. Ballard's in the house. Good morning, Ryan. Gary Hammett. Good morning. How you doing? Rob Schuster's here. How you doing, Rob? Bill Hoffman's in the house. Good to see you. Doc Whitaker's back. How about that? How you doing, Terry? Jim Jones is here. How you doing, my friend? Bruce is back as well. Good morning, folks. Great to hear from you. Good. Glad y'all are here. Just hanging out on this cool Tuesday morning. Man, I was talking about how yesterday I declared spring was here, even though it's not officially here until I think the 21st. But I shouldn't have kept my mouth shut because Mother Nature's like, yeah, you think it's spring? We'll show you. So now it's cool. It's about 40 something degrees out there. Supposed to get some more. Got a bunch of rain yesterday. Supposed to get some more later this afternoon. So, yeah, I just got to stay quiet about the spring, I guess. Mary Mallory's here. Good morning, Mary. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Uh, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to talk about. Watched a little news this morning. Stock market's not doing too great, I guess, unless you're buying, then it's good news, I guess. Gas prices, they just said that the average price in Georgia now is, I forget exactly what he said. It's over $4. They said it's gone up 80 cents a gallon in the past month. So, yay! Yeah. Uh, Lots of crazy stuff on the news though. There was a story they did, and these kind of stories just make me so dadgum mad. But there's a story about a soldier that was overseas somewhere. I don't know exactly where he was, but he was, over there fighting for our country, serving our country. And he comes home and he lives in Decatur somewhere. And some squatters had taken over his house. Now, I don't know if you may not know what I'm talking about when I say squatters, but apparently Georgia, and I don't know whether other states have it or not, but it's some crazy rule where if you're like overseas serving your country, these people can just basically break into your house and live there, tear up your stuff, steal your stuff, whatever. And then when you come back home, you have to go through a process to evict them. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Because he came home, saw that they were there, couldn't get them to leave, and called the police, I guess, 4 different times. And they just said, well, sorry, squatters have rights here. Just stupidest thing I've ever heard. And they said, yeah, you'll have to file, a suit and a civil suit and all this. It's a civil matter, not a criminal matter. And I'm thinking to myself, if I was gone a day or two and come home and somebody was in my house, it would be a criminal matter because I'd shoot their ass. That's what I would do. I'd make it a criminal matter real quick. But I don't get how far we've gone off the rails on stuff like that. Why did And I guess it's something from back Abraham Lincoln signed, and I'm thinking all this time nobody's changed that. That's just crazy. But anywho, Something to get me fired up this morning. See, that's why I got to quit watching the news. Just crazy. Jim says it's 33 in Dayton. All right, well, I won't gripe about 48 then. At least not too much. Darren Birds is in the house. How you doing, Darren? Marcelo's here. Darren says it's $1.83 a liter. What is that a gallon? My brain don't work in liters. I have no idea. Sounds like it'd be pretty high because a liter's, I don't even know how many liters are in a gallon, but anyway, whatever that calculates to, I'm sure it's pretty high. Steve Grosky's in the house. Good morning, Steve. How you doing? Ron Ballard says the Freedom Convoy is hanging out in our town. They drive around the DC Beltway and then come back here for the night. Awesome. Good deal. Good deal. Let's see. What else have I got to talk about? I think I'm going to do some laundry today. My plans have got all messed up because I went out there. I've still got a project on the machine, which it's that Revolution. So it's like having a project on the lathe, basically. It's still mounted up in there, and I got one more tool path I want to run, but I wanted to run the finishing tool path Sunday. So I go out there, and I made a fatal mistake. I turned on my laptop before I decided to wipe off the keyboard because there was dust all over it, because I leave it open, and when I'm out there running, even though I've got it setting way off to the side, the dust floats around in it. So it was covered with dust. And I made the mistake of turning it on before I wiped off the keyboard. And apparently when I wiped off the keyboard, I must have hit a button that told Windows that I wanted to install updates. And I don't even know how they got on there, because whenever I take it out to run a machine, I always turn all that stuff off. But apparently it had downloaded the updates, because it still was where the Wi-Fi and all that was turned off. So it didn't have an internet connection. But apparently they were on there just waiting for me to hit the wrong button so that it could install them. And that thing took off with the blue screen, please don't shut off your computer stuff. And I thought, all right, I'll just let it go. And, maybe it won't take too long. Well, 4 hours later, it finished, and I was able to get the finishing pass done. But then, of course, I decided I wanted to do a second finishing pass running just certain areas. So I'll draw a vector and put that real little tiny tapered ball nose in there. I think it's got I think it's a 1/16 diameter with a 1/32 radius tip. And you can get the really good detail. And this project's, I don't normally use that. I normally use the 1/8 tapered ball nose with the 16th radius tip. And usually I get enough detail that I'm happy with that. But this particular project needs that extra detail. So, and I didn't run it yesterday because they kept talking like we were going to get thunderstorms and spin up tornadoes. I said they always try to my internet connection. I noticed yesterday, I went back and watched some of yesterday's coffee session. Am I getting blurry? Yeah, I am. I see it over there. I don't know what the deal is with my internet connection. This is hardwired. I don't know what's going on with this. But it did. I noticed that yesterday that it would get blurry. The audio sounded okay, but it would get blurry, and then it would come back and it'd be real clear, and then it would get blurry again. So I don't know what's going on with that. If it's going to do that, I might as well not even do these, because don't know what the heck's going on there. But I'm hardwired right here in the office, so don't understand that at all. But it's blurry as heck again. Is it blurry to you guys? Maybe it's putting out everywhere else, but it's weird is when, like I said, when I watched the replay, it was blurry, so it's not. It's what was recorded then. And I'm looking at it over on YouTube. It's blurry as heck. Don't know what is going on here. Let me see. Quality. Holy cow. Why is that there when I set that to 1080? But it should, I don't know. Don't know what's going on. We'll see. Keep an eye on it. Okay, everybody's saying it looks good. All right, I hope so. You got to pay extra for that 1080. The basic plan, they only do 720, and I upped it to the professional plan so that I could get the 1080 since I started doing the Saturday night live stream again. Jim Jones says, I heard that real woodworkers weren't afraid of the weather. Yeah, but I'm a CNC guy. See, that's not real woodworking. It's what that's what they always say. I don't know. They don't say that much anymore, but a few folks still do. Ryan says, looks good to me. Sometimes on the other show, you blur out a bit, but figured it was me. Okay. Well, I noticed that for some reason YouTube had you have your little settings button, and the quality there was set for, it was all the way down to like 144 or something because it was set on auto, and I changed it to 1080, and now it looks clear. So I don't know what the deal is. It still should broadcast in 1080 and record at 1080. And like I said, when I went to, I don't know, I'll have to check because I watch it on my TV. Maybe my TV's set the same way. Maybe it's set on auto and not to do 1080 all the time. I'll have to go check that out again. But anyway, pretty excited about some upcoming Saturday night live streams I got coming. I've started, I'm always on the lookout for really good projects. People will post pictures of something they've made with their CNC, and I've just been seeing so many things. So I'm starting to collect the photos and stuff, and I've got a list here of people because I always try to, I know that they say, well, when you put it on Facebook, it's public and anybody can do it and all that. But I still feel like if it's the Facebook group is a private group, I still should ask permission to show their picture. So I won't show it if they don't say it's okay. So I always send them a message. And I don't even know how many people here. Let's see how many we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different people that's on my list so far. And several of them, have multiple pictures of different things, but just some really cool stuff. And I love doing the kind of, I always called them a show and tell type show where you just show pictures of, projects that people have done and try to find out, how they did it, what machine they used, what kind of wood it is, what bits and feeds and speeds, all that kind of stuff that people will ask when you show it. But got a good bunch of stuff there. But it turns out I was going to try to work them in with the show this Saturday because I kind of had a guest tentatively scheduled. And then he contacted me yesterday and said, yeah, we're good for the 12th. So I thought, well, I don't want to just try to skim over these real fast because there's some really cool project. So I'm gonna just wait and save that for a whole show the 19th. But also have a real interesting guest coming on this week, the 12th. So if you're into CNC, and I know a lot of you guys are, um, be sure and tune into that. Let's see, here's Bob Sims. How you doing, Bob? He says, no, I guess y'all are talking about am I blurry? So that's good. I'm glad it's working. It may be just something on my end then. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Jim Jones says he's curious and wants to know, what is that blue thing on the desk behind me? That blue thing, Jim, is you can't even see what's in it. That basically, the blue thing is nothing but just a plywood enclosure. Let's see if I can get out of the way. That I built to go around a desktop laser. And it's just a small, I don't even remember how many watts that thing is. It's 5 watts, I think, is what the laser is. So you use it for laser engraving and stuff. And you can see I've got like a little opening right there in the front of it, so I can get to the buttons and controls of the laser. And I actually run a USB cable and connect it to this computer, and I use this computer to send the program to it, so it'll print, not print it, but burn it. And then if you look real close, this black thing side of it, and then this black thing is an inline fan. So there's like 4-inch flexible hose you can see coming around, and you see it comes right up to here, and it's mounted to basically just piece of plywood. I haven't even got around to painting that piece of plywood yet. But what I do is I raise my window up, and then that plywood is the same width of my window, and I stick it in there and then pull the window down, much like you do with an air conditioner or something. And that way I can vent the fumes from the laser out that window when I'm running it. So that is what that thing is. And the two little windows you see are it's kind of an orange colored, but it's the protective stuff so that you can look in there and watch it without wearing safety glasses. Because I also have some safety glasses that have that same orange tint to them that you have to wear when being around a laser. Because if it accidentally reflects off something and gets hits you in the eye or something, you're done. It's all over. So anyway, let's see here. Rob Schuster says, I have some ideas for new fun, cool CNC projects, but I've been too busy to do them. Putting an offer in on a different home in a few days, so I might get real busy for a while. Does that new home have a bigger shop by chance, Rob? Or if you're like me, when you look for a house, you look to see, you don't worry about the inside living part. You just worry about where you can put your equipment and tools and stuff. That's what I was most concerned with. Bob says it's too early in the morning here for your CNC show. Yeah. Yeah, 9. See, I do it at 9 p.m. Eastern, mainly because that makes it at least 6 p.m. Pacific time. So the people out there on the left coast, maybe it's a better time for them to watch it and stuff. But I know it's in the wee hours of the morning for you guys across the pond. But that's why it's recorded. You can go back and watch it anytime. Jim says, I see you have a lot of toys. Yeah. Well, I don't have a wife, so when you don't have a wife, you got to spend money on something. And so, yeah, I see I'm froze up over here on this YouTube thing. It's buffering. See, what the heck? Oh, I say, see, this thing up here says my connection's unstable. And that's this thing in. So I don't know what's going on. It's my connection, I guess. I'm going to call my cable company and say, what the heck? What am I paying for? So, let me know if I get fuzzy, y'all. All right, Earl's got to go. See you, Earl. Have an awesome Tuesday. Doc wants to know, do I still have Jack? Yes, I do. He's right here on the floor. If you listen close, you might can hear him snoring. He's he hadn't got wound up good yet. He's just it's kind of a heavy breathing right now, but he'll get wound up in a minute if I sit here long enough. But yeah, I won't get rid of my old Jack. He's my buddy. He's all I got. Okay, Bob said it gone blurry. Yeah, it did a second ago, so I don't know what. Yeah, okay. So yeah, there's something going on, and apparently, see, StreamYard's web-based, so there's a little thing right up here on this main screen, and every once in a while it'll pop up, and it's kind of like the Wi-Fi thing, and it's got bars just like on your phone, and it kind of warns you that your connection is spotty, and mine shouldn't be because I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm hardwired in, so this is, I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't like it when it does that. Don't like that at all. Ryan says, when I was married the first time, there was a house I wanted, 1 bedroom, 5-car garage. Wife said no. We had 2 kids. Yeah, well, that sounds like a pretty good place, 5-car garage. Marcelo's got to go. He's working on a project. All right, get her done, Marcelo. A box with carvings on 4 sides and top. Jim Jones got to go. All right, buddy. See ya. Mr. Hamilton's here. Good morning, Greg. How you doing this morning? Mr. Latchall snuck in here. How you doing, Rick? Good to see you. I hear you about no wife. I lost mine in 2010. Now turned my home into a workshop. No furniture, just tools and lots of dust collection. Yeah. Yeah, I have stuff. My house is, you walk in my house and you would go, man, what's going on here? Because it doesn't look like a house at all. There's just stuff everywhere. And I still got a bedroom and, living room, stuff like that. But when you don't have somebody to nag you about keeping stuff straightened up, you just do what you want. And Jack don't care. You don't care. We got plenty of room to move around. But it does get a little crowded out there in the shop sometimes. I was thinking I'm going to have to, Bob Wood from Bob CNC sent me that Revolution, and I put it together. And so now I've got, counting that, I have 4 CNCs out there in the garage, and that's really too many. Because I kind of want to build another one. but I'd have to take one apart before I build another one. So, and I might do that. I don't know. All right, Bob. Take care, buddy. See you around. Yeah, our time's just about up here, I think. But, there's Jack. Can you? Yeah, I don't know if you can see him or not. You can barely see his head down there in that lower corner. Something made him stand up. And what is it, buddy? So Somebody out there bothering you? Yeah, something woke him up. Bruce said he's got to go fight snowy roads. Holy cow. That's not good. Yeah, I think I'm going to. What is he saying here? When people see my 5 foot by 6 foot DIY CNC in my living room, I tell them it is a computerized full body tattoo machine. Yeah. Now, I don't have anything. This is probably the worst thing that I have inside the house, but that's one reason why I wanted one of these is because when in the wintertime when it's cold and I don't want to go out to the shop, I can still play around with something and doesn't really make a mess. It does create fumes, which is why I had to build that enclosure for it, uh, and get the fumes spinning out. But that's really the only thing. I don't know that I'd put, if I put a CNC in here, and I have thought about it, believe it or not, I have thought about trying to get something small to put back here to use during the show for like training stuff or showing people how to do stuff. But I thought, well, if I do that, it's not just a small CNC. You got to have an enclosure because of the noise and especially for the dust. And I just don't think my house gets dusty enough just from tracking stuff in from the garage and all that stuff. So I don't know that I'd ever put a CNC in here. It would have to be something that's not cutting wood because that stuff just flies everywhere. All right, Rob Schuster's heading off to work. Have a great Tuesday, Rob. Look forward to seeing your future projects, buddy. Larry says his day involves sanding. Dave says Jack wants a cookie. Yeah, he always wants a cookie. When we first come in here a while ago, I think he got confused because he remembers back when we used to go do this show from the shop out there. We'd go out there, and as soon as I'd sit down with my coffee, I'd always take some little, I call them cookies, but the little dog biscuit thing, milk bone things. I'd take 2 or 3 of those out there. Well, he just kind of sat down right here beside me and stared at me like, all right, where's my cookie? But I didn't bring it because he didn't miss any meals anyway. So I did get my FedEx package yesterday, and what was funny is I just happened to be outside when the guy pulled up. The FedEx truck pulled up, parked, at the end of the driveway there, and went in the back of the truck to get the package. Well, Jack was up around in front of I guess I should say behind my truck, so that guy couldn't see Jack. And then about the time he got my package and started coming, he took about 3 steps down the driveway, and Jack walked around the corner, and the guy just froze. It was funny because nobody wants to come on down this driveway when Jack's standing out there. So that was funny. Always enjoy that. My mailman knows that Jack's a good boy, though. He looks forward to seeing the Jackster when we're out there. All right, that was my little timer. Y'all hear that, man? I'm doing good today. I've got the buttons to work, and the timer worked. So we're been on here 30 minutes. Time to get off here and get going. And it looks like, I don't know. It's still bugging me about that internet connection. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. Everybody have an awesome Tuesday. I'm going to go start some laundry. Maybe try to run that other finishing pass. I don't know. We'll see how that works out. So anyway, y'all have a good Tuesday. Drink coffee and stay safe.